Hey crafty friends of Facebook and YouTube, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial we are going to be making something that I am calling vintage fabric and button snippet strips and decorating some little wristlets, a pillow. I'm going to show you this beautiful journal that I made, and I'm going to give you tons of ideas about how you can use different colors. So as you're hopping on, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you have any questions. Hey, and I have a question for you right at the very start. I can't tell if I flipped my phone or not. So could somebody look at this and tell me, is this right? Can you read this? Can you read what this says? Let's see. Okay, well, once I hear if this is backwards or correct, I'll show you the whole thing. So yesterday we made this beautiful journal. I showed you guys how to make these vintage fabric button snippet strips, and then we glued them onto this page of this journal. And this idea, oh my goodness, there's so many different things that you could do with it. So we're going to take this idea a step further and apply it to some different kinds of things, and I'm going to show you some different, how you can do it with different kinds of fabric and get almost a completely different look. So, all right, this right here is a little pouch that I did this morning. It took absolutely no time at all. I used this stencil, which I'll pin a link in just a second, from Magnolia Design Company, that says Better Together, and I used a little bit of black ink from Magnolia, and I put this on to the side, and then I whipped up this vintage fabric snippet strip. The only thing that's vintage here is the button in the center and this little piece of a doily. The rest of all the pieces for this came from some decorator fabric that I had from one of those decorator fabric books that once they expire, I have a friend who's a decorator. She said I could come over and take whatever I wanted from her books that were all out of date. And oh my goodness, I got so many beautiful things. So I wanted to do a snippet strip right here that would go with the black on the zipper and the black in the stencil. Okay, and these are just a few of the things that I had. They're just little scraps of fabric that have the black and tan theme. And then I used one black button in the center. And I did use my pinking shears to cut some of these pieces. So what do you guys think about that? You can take this idea, and I wanted to show you this pretty piece of fabric. Oh my golly. I mean, you can use wild colors. You could do a pink theme. You could do a red theme. You could do a theme or a color scheme of turquoise and green. I mean, absolutely whatever you want, and then just mix in some vintage lace and some vintage buttons. I like to make them on these strips of canvas duck fabric from Walmart that I just tear. That is what I have found is the easiest way to do it. Okay, but so you seriously could do any color that you wanted. This piece of fabric is from one of those decorator books. I mean, and they tell you everything about it. And it's so darn cute. I can't imagine cutting it up. I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but anyways, okay. So I told you about this one, and then I told you about our journal that we made. Let's actually work on something together, and let's do I started this forever and ever, amen, with this stencil from Magnolia, which is not new. I've had it for a little while and I've used it on a few different projects, and just, again, some black ink. So I could make a snippet strip for either side because I put this stencil in the center, and I will get to that, but let's actually make one. Okay, this is a brand new stencil. Let me see if I can put my links here real quick. Let's see, where am I? Here I am. For my friends at YouTube, or my friends at Facebook, I'm pinning a link to all the things that I'm using. Yeah, today. For my YouTube friends, I'll put that in the description of the video. So we're gonna use this one. It says Live Simply. It's brand new, it's still in its little pouch. I'm gonna open it up, and we're gonna stencil. I'm gonna show you how you can make a combination of colors. And we're gonna stencil this wristlet that Magnolia actually sells that is super cute. It looks like this. They're like $6.99. They're a great deal. And they're just super nice quality. The other bags that I did are nice enough, but they're not nice like this. Okay, so the first thing that I always do is label the back of my stencil. And this says Live Simply. If I was going to use it on a piece of wood, a piece of paper, a piece of glass, a sign, something like that, I would fuzz it, which I would just take it off of the stencil backing. It's over here. And I would just lay it either on my fuzzing towel or on my t-shirt, a pair of shorts, jeans, whatever, a few times. But I'm doing it on fabric, so you don't really need to fuzz when you are going to be using it on a piece of fabric. It doesn't make a lot of sense to fuzz it on fabric before you use it on fabric. Okay, for this one I'm making it off center so that we can do a really pretty fabric, vintage fabric snippet right here. And we're going to be using some Magnolia ink, which, in case you don't know what Magnolia is, it's an awesome company that sells a bunch of different kind of crafting things. And ink is something that they sell that can be used on fabric and on ceramics. And you can heat set it with an iron or in the oven if it's on ceramics, and it's permanent. So it's great stuff. This one we're gonna mix up a little palette here on my fancy paper plate. This one is called Sparkling Silver Ink. We're gonna use a little bit of this Gray Owl ink. I'm probably mixing up way more than what I need, but I can use it later. And then I'm going to take just a teeny tiny little dab of black ink just to make it all darker. And we're going to do this stencil in a gray, kind of a gray sparkly kind of look. And it's going to be really pretty. So I'm just mixing my colors all together right here. You could do this on a piece of glass, on a, you know, you can be fancier than working off of paper plates if you want. The great thing about paper plates, though, is that you can either recycle or throw them away when you're done, and it's not one more thing to clean. Okay, so I have a mix, and I'm just going to use a little squeegee, and we're going to just push a teeny bit of ink through the holes on the stencil, which these stencils from Magnolia, these green ones, they are reusable, they're mesh, they're adhesive, they're great to work with. And so long as you take care of them, you wash them promptly and put them back on their backing sheet, they will last for a long time. So I'm just very quickly going to push this ink that we mixed up through the holes on the stencil, and we'll pull it off. I did a pillow before I got this video started that we're gonna decorate that too, and oh my gosh, it is awesome, and it is gonna be so amazing. So this is what it looks like. Takes no time at all. I'm gonna lift up a corner. We're gonna peek. Oh, I see a spot that I didn't quite get. The bottom of my S. And also a little bit right here. Maybe I wasn't pushing hard enough. Okay, and I'm going to throw my stencil over here in a little tub of water. My hands. Okay, so this is what I have. Live simply. And we're going to do a fabric snippet right here, but we're going to let this sit for a few minutes so it can start to dry. Okay, and in the meantime, I'm going to show you how to make these fabric snippets. I had been working on these two right here. They both have a gray and cream theme. This one does too. And it's pretty much finished. We're gonna put this one on the thing that we just made. But I wanted to just show you the basics of how you do this. It is super easy. And where's my glue gun? Here we go. I'm going to be working on one of these Wilton cake boards on the back of it. It should make it easier for you to see. And it also should make it so that I don't get these glue lumps all over my crafting desk. And once it's all yucked up, I can just recycle it and I'll be done. Okay, so this is the one that I started this morning. And it has all kinds of little bits and pieces of vintage doilies, vintage lace, some of this gray canvas duck fabric that looks like this. It's Waverly brand. It came from Walmart. I tore some strips and I have a few of them on here, and I also cut a circle. And then it has just your basic creamy colored canvas duck and some different bits of lace, but it's not finished. So I want to add a few things here and here, and yeah, okay, so let me find my pile of doodads. These are just a variety of things that I have cut and ready to go. And I'm thinking I want to use some of this, which is where can I put that? That might need to go right. Well, it is part of this, which is a vintage silk kind of a hanky. If I had two pieces of it, maybe not. Okay, and this right here is a piece off of some decorator fabric, a sheet that I'm gonna find it. It's right here. I have a huge pile. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. It's this one. It just looks like this. Nothing super fancy. So I think we'll use this right here. And I'm using my low temperature hot glue gun that is Sherbonder brand. You're gonna definitely get your fingers burned if you're not using a low temperature glue gun for this project. So I totally recommend that you use a low temperature one. And all I do essentially is I'm just kind of layering the pieces along this strip of canvas duck fabric. And then I'm coming back and I'm building it up with other little doodads that I'm adding. So this is a piece of lace that looked like this. It came from Hobby Lobby. What I like about this is that it's kind of stiff. And it came from the lace that's in the wedding section. And I'm just gonna put that on here, kind of tuck it underneath this one that's next to it. And this is another piece of the decorator fabric that looks like this. Put this on here. I like to do some of them straight and some of them in like an angle. Winky wonky is the word that I usually use. Okay, we need some of this. Let's cut a couple of circles. We'll make something pretty. So look around your house and maybe you have some old doilies or old napkins that have embroidery on them that are stained and that you wouldn't use, but you don't want to just throw them away. You could cut those up. Look at your stash of ribbon if you have a stash. If you're a crafter, you probably do. And you might have some lace in there that you could use. Ooh, I'm so shaky today. I just ate a banana, that's probably why. Okay, so I have a big circle and a little circle. And I'm just gonna add that right here on top of this gray. Let's make this a little smaller. And it doesn't even have to be a good circle because my circles are never good. Let's add this to the center. Okay, so this is what it looks like up here once you start to layer your second layer on. Down here is kind of the first layer. So let's add some stuff, some fun stuff to this piece. Okay, I want some, just look over here. I want one of these little, it was part of a larger doily that had some areas that were stained. I think I picked this up at a thrift store and for not much. And I'm just cutting it off of the larger piece. Okay. Right there. Oh, I can't wait to show you this pillow. It is going to be stunning. So stay with me to that part for sure. And I want a little piece of gray right here. So I'm going to just take some of this gray canvas duck from Walmart. I'm going to put a piece right here. And we'll put something on top of it so it looks like it makes sense there. Let's do another little piece right here. Do some buttons, okay? So what I want you to see is that this is made up of circles and squares, and some rectangles just turn different directions and layered on each other. Same with this one. There's nothing super special about either one of them. They just are so nice. This is like one of my newest, most favoritist craft projects. Where are my buttons? Okay, what is this one? Let's put that one right here. And then I need a little something little. Okay, I would say for the most part that this piece is finished now. We're going to use it on the pillow. And this piece is pretty much finished too. Let's see, is there any? I need to just add some buttons on this one. And I'm using right now mostly my gray colored mother of pearl vintage buttons. Yeah, they're so pretty. And I want things to be off center and not always to be perfectly centered, so that when you see this, your eye moves up and down. What do you guys think so far? Do you guys like it? Thank you for sprinkling, Angie. I really appreciate that. Yeah, for my friends that are watching on Facebook, it would be awesome if you would consider sprinkling this video to your social media. I would be so appreciative. And we are going to have glue strings for days and days and days, but we can come back and fix that later. I'm looking for another gray button, small one. It's pretty. No. Okay, so we'll use what we've got here. I'm going to put one right there. And then I think that is plenty. of stuff going on. Not everything is centered. It's not a mirror image from one side to the other. And let me show you my pillow now. And then we'll move on to the next thing. This is seriously addicting. I know I've told people that once you start making those burlap pulled string flowers that I did like 2 years ago, and I've, you know, periodically done it again, that is addicting. But these little vintage fabric and button snippet strips are equally as addicting. And I bet you that that 90% of you guys, if you're a crafter, if you like crafting, that you have stuff at your home that you could totally use for this project. You don't have to have any specific anything. It's just, this is like a mishmash of what I had just hanging around. Okay, that combination that we did on this zip pouch just a minute ago of the gray owl, the sparkling silver, and a teeny bit of black, I used this stencil that says, "These are the good old days." I love that. And I want to remember that, because I don't know if you're like me, but like sometimes I feel like I wished you know, when my kids were little, I thought life will be great once they can do their own car seats and their own shoes. And then once they go to school, and then once they graduate, and then, you know, it's one stage to the next, and you can almost miss it. So to the young moms out there, I know it's hard, especially if you are at home partially or full-time with the little ones, but try to savor it, because this saying is true. The days are long, but the years are short. So that's why I love this stencil here. It says, "These are the good old days." And I want to enjoy them right now. So I stenciled this before I came live. And this right here is an 18 by 18 inch pillowcase that you can get at Magnolia. It comes in a package of 2. So this is the other one that was in the same package. And these are great. And I stenciled it with that ink, and then I heat set it with my iron. So it is good to go. And I was thinking to do 2 of these fabric things, one on top and one on the bottom. Find the other one. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, I want this one on the top because it is spectacular. And then I'll put this one on the bottom. What do you guys think about this? I'll hold it up once I get it glued down. And we can continue to embellish, you know, as long as we want on this. I'm gonna have to cut off part of this little thing, so I better glue it down a little better. I might, well, we'll see how that looks. Okay. Where are the scissors? Oh my gosh, this is so cute. And you could do the placement whatever seems right to you. I typically don't measure, but I do want these to be about the same. So they are just a little bit short of 2 inches from the top. Okay, so let's just use our low temperature hot glue gun to get this started. And now I'm going to pick it up. press it down. And I can always come back and reinforce the amount of glue that I have on here. I do want to go straight though. Okay, let's cut this end. And I have one little thing still on this strip. So I could continue building and make a whole new strip with that if I wanted. I love this stencil that says, "These are the good old days." It's awesome. Okay, my puppy is wanting to come in. All right, we're almost there with this top band. I will definitely come back and reinforce everything. Let's have a look at it so far. Is that pretty, 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 or what? I love the this one that I made with the darker colored little pieces, but this silver and cream is stunning. So I think I probably like that one better. Let's put the bottom band on. And I'm doing it so that this big star right here is also, it's at the opposite corner on the top. To measure to get about 2 inches. So I have some other things to, one other thing to show you. So stay with me because I have another idea for what you could do with these. I mean, you could make a tote bag. It would be so cute. You could make a table runner. You could make put some of this on the side of some placemats. There are so many things that you could do this thing that I'm calling vintage fabric and button snippet strips. It's a lot to say, but these are so cute. And this whole project idea came to me one night when I was not sleeping, and I just, I said my prayers and thought about everything that I had going on, needed to be thinking about, and then I just go to Pinterest sometimes and wander around aimlessly, and I saw these little fabric snippet, this idea, and most people were using them for junk journals, and I was like, oh my gosh, this could be an embellishment for anything. This is a little bit too long right here. What do you think? Other than the glue strings and the little threads and stuff everywhere. Is this beautiful? Beautiful, 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 or what? Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Hey, and if you have friends that like to do these kind of projects or like to sew even, because you could do this whole project using a sewing machine as well. You don't have to use hot glue. Feel free to sprinkle this to your social media if you have people in your lives that also like to craft and would like this project. I think it turned out amazing. Oh my goodness. I love it. I'm going to clean it up and myself up off camera and get pictures, but I would say I'm 100% satisfied. And I love how the wording here with this stencil that I used, it's a dark enough gray that you can read it, you can see it easily. It goes with the gray in the snippet strip, and it has a little bit of a metallic sheen to it. So I think it turned out pretty darn cute. Okay, let's go to our little wristlet that we just did that says Live Simply. And I have another little snippet right here that's all ready to go. And I just need to decide where to cut it. I think I want to cut it right here at the end of this. Oops, that's not straight at all. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Now, here's the question, which it goes the other way. Okay, I'm going to glue this on, and I'm going to give all of these wristlets away this week. Not sure about the pillow. It might have to go on my couch. And I did pick 2 names from the banner project that we did during Christ in Crafting. So I just need to get in touch with those people and get their mailing address so I can get those little banners that we made out in the mail to them. And yeah, maybe we'll do some blessing boxes. I don't know. I haven't done those in a little while. Look how cute that is. Isn't that adorable? And this would be great in your purse, you know, to put whatever kind of stuff that you like to carry in your purse that you can never find. Some makeup, some lipstick, some dental floss, some Kleenex, a hand sanitizer, those kind of little things. So this is the same technique as this one. And this is the other one. Better Together. And I do have one more, but I think I'm going to do that off camera. So what do you guys think? I see lots of people saying that you love the little bag. You would love this project so much. I want to know who thinks that they're going to give it a try. Seriously, you just need to grab. I mean, I have a whole mess of different things, a pile of little bits and pieces of different things. Just grab what you have and some buttons and give it a try. You can make it on a piece of, this is cotton duck fabric that I just tore from Walmart, and I ironed it so it was good and straight. You could do this on a piece of painter's drop cloth. You could even do this on a ribbon, like a about 1 inch wide ribbon. I would choose something that's similar to the color of what you're gonna put it on so it doesn't stick out, so it kind of blends, and what you're looking at is what we have on the top of this and not the little snippet strip underneath. But, and I bet you that almost everybody has at least a few stray buttons that they could use as well. So that's it. Oh, I want to show you one other idea. This was the thing that I did first, this journal. And then I made this little bag using designer fabric book pieces in black and cream as my theme. And then we made this. And then we decorated and made this one. I did want to mention this one other idea, and that is Walmart has these great canvas duck little fabric banners that you can purchase in their craft department for around $5. They have, this one only has 4 pieces on it right now because I was working on something, but these would be super cute to do some little snippets on. And you could just do the whole triangle, and I think this would be darling. So I always have these in my craft closet because these are so fun and so nice for the price to work with. So if you haven't seen these before, check them out at your local Walmart. I'm sure you could also order something very similar on Amazon, and you could probably find something similar at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, all the basic craft stores. All right. If you haven't already had a chance to do this, it's a heart, or this, or say something in the comments. I'm going to give you just a couple seconds to do that if you want to see what I have coming up next. And I have some good stuff coming up. We're going to be working with some sea glass from Dollar Tree. We're going to also be decoupaging some big shells and probably doing a little bit of gold leaf-ish looking stuff on them. I have some great projects coming up. So if you want Facebook to serve those to you in your feed, do this, or say something here in the comments, and check up here to make sure that you've liked and followed DIY Dreaming. Those things together, you can turn on your notifications too. Those things give you a better chance of actually seeing what I'm doing. But they're no guarantee, and I won't even pretend to tell you that I understand everything with Facebook. If you're looking on YouTube, that's a lot easier because you can look in the playlists and the different categories and find what you want in a second. Do I have this saved? You would like to see the whole video? Yes, as soon as I hop off. That's a great question. As soon as I hop off, it'll take 3 or 4 minutes. It'll say it's processing or something. And then this whole video from start to finish will go into my videos, and you'll be able to go to videos, or it may very well just pop up at the top of the screen and click it, and you can watch the whole thing from start to finish. You might also want to go back and watch yesterday's when we made this. I talked a little bit more about making these vintage fabric and button snippet strips yesterday. So you might want to look at that too. All right. I'm going to say goodbye now. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you love this idea. I want to see pictures if you decide to give it a try. I want to see pictures of what you come up with. And you know, I'm super curious to see what it would look like using some brighter colors. So I may try that myself. But if you do, if you use, you know, some bright colors to make one of these, I definitely want to see pictures, either here or over at Dreamy DIY. Okay, have a great day, everyone. I'll see you guys later. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you're interested in any of these stencils that we used today, these are the good old days, or the inks, I did pin a comment at the bottom of this page, and it has each one of those things that we used for these different projects, including the pillows and the little wristlet. It has direct links to all of those just to make it super, super easy for you to find what you might want to look at. Alrighty, I'm gonna really say goodbye now. Have a wonderful day.